This is the drummer with this band here, Single Bullet Theory. I want to show you the cover of their debut record, right?
Yes.
Although you have released a single or two.
Yeah, we had an EP out we did by ourselves on DIY, do-it-yourself label.
Right. Now, everyone at home has now seen the cover of the record, which is covered with squirt guns, Dennis. Now, is there a concept to this that we should know about?
No.
No concept?
No. Well, we just thought the name was a little heavy, so we went light on the cover.
Well, something I was going to ask you about. What on earth possessed you to title a band Single Bullet Theory? Wasn't Dead Kennedys enough?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with that. To us, it's a very important piece of time. That bullet went through a piece of time and ended Camelot and brought us the Beatles.
Well, that's very well spoken. I'm glad to hear you say that.
It was, everybody was having a great time, Camelot, and then that was the one piece of history. It just sliced through history in November, and the Beatles came, what, February? Mm-hmm. The world was ready to have fun again. They was all bummed out for a while.
We've been waiting for Single Bullet Theory since then.
Oh, yes.
Now,
I've been waiting.
Where is Single Bullet Theory from?
Well, we live in Richmond, Virginia, but none of us are from there. We're all from all around there. We met going to college, and kind of stayed there because we tour a lot. So it's right in the middle of the East Coast, and we can go up and down.
What is the music scene like in that area?
It's really good, really good. There's a whole lot of people trying a whole lot of different things, and failing, like we did for years. Yeah. But there's a whole lot of different kinds of stuff going on. There's really no top 40 scene in Richmond, Virginia.
We have to assume that there's a lot of people watching MTV, and we have to assume that not everyone has heard of Single Bullet Theory. So I'm going to put you on the spot.
How would I describe it?
Well, I have to ask you, don't I?
I got a stock answer. I'm not a librarian. I don't call
no. I'm sorry. No
that.
stock answers here. I'm sorry, Dennis. That's out of the question.
Single Bullet Theory is always held to the theory of the great song. For like all through the 70s, the record companies, radio, everybody was looking for the next Beatles, which was their biggest mistake. It isn't the next big thing. It's the Beatles, that kind of thing. It's the great songs on the radio. And that's what we're all about. We tried to put out an album of 10 great songs, which everybody said was impossible. Everybody we ran into. All you need's 2 on it, 2 or 3 hits. But we've always gone against the grain. We're kind of outlaws.
Well, we have one video from the band called Keep It Tight, which is a great song. I want to talk about the song. I want to talk about a little more about the band, and I want to talk about the fan. That's all coming up here on MTV. Dennis Madigan's going to hang with us. We're going to watch some video after this. Dennis?
A fan.
We mentioned this in the last break. For people who missed the music news story about it, I want to show everybody watching a picture of a billboard that is, there's a number of them around the Richmond area, am I right?
At this point, they're popping up. We don't know where or why.
Now, where did this come from, this billboard?
We can't really, we kind of have we kind of know, but we really don't. There's some people, what we put on the back of the album was the fan, thanks to the fan.
Correct.
And it was a double entendre because there has been this infamous, the fan, and we all come from an area known as the fan because it starts out a little circle and all the streets fan out.
I see.
And that's where this person is from too. But if you ask him, he won't talk about it.
Does anyone in the band know this guy? Have you seen him at shows, apparently?
Oh, yeah, for years. Well, that's what we think
What's he look like?
What's he look like?
Just a regular-looking guy.
Actually, I think he wears suits.
Sounds like an FBI agent to me.
Could be.
He heard Single Bullet Theory. Wait a minute, maybe I better check into this.
He does. He's a pretty straight guy. Pretty straight guy, pretty normal guy, but he's a rock and roll fan.
And this is a guy who is theoretically... How do you know this?
Well, if it's the guy, he has kids, because I've talked to him, and he brings his kids every once in a while.
Okay, and he's responsible for putting these billboards up all over the Richmond area.
Well, not all over. They're just, here and there. And they move them. You know, they'll move them every once in a while. So
Okay.
I'll take somebody to go see one, it's gone. And then there's somebody, it's over here on Midlothian Turnpike or something, you know.
You have a song in here called Keep It Tight, which I guess is the first single release from the album. And you also have a video that we've been seeing on MTV, which kind of takes you on one night on the road with Single Bullet Theory.
It was, and
What's it really like on the road with Single Bullet Theory? Anything like the video at all?
it's wonderful. We have Tammy Wynette's old bus, and we all pile into it. And
Do Water Pistols ever enter into the motif of Single Bullet Theory?
no, well, we have 4,000 of them on the bus.
And yet they don't enter into...
No, we don't play with them.